doing? Hope everything is well on your end. I'll give an update about Eden at the end of the video, but thanks again for all the love and care. It means a lot. Today I want to talk about 5 important elements, 5 important points to get better way faster and actually save a lot of time. When I, start playing guitar, I try to do a lot of things, a lot of actions to understand the instrument and the music, and I, wasted a lot of time. So these are 5 points that I would definitely tell myself when I started getting more into music and guitar to pay attention to. It's simple elements that will really push you forward, so let's just check it out. Oh, before we continue, please consider joining the Patreon. There's a tremendous amount of PDF, ideas, exercises, videos, and what have you. So check it out. It's here. You can also do a free trial, actually. First one is really easy and amazingly important. So the question is, when you're playing a chord, for example, or even a note, where are you placing your finger in relationship to the fret? So if you're placing this finger close to this fret, again, I'm on the 5th fret right now, when you're playing it really close to this fret here, at the end of the 5th fret, if you will, it's significantly easier. Or in other words, playing this string here, or playing this note here, is way harder. And it's significantly more energy to play it here than here. It's almost, you don't need to do anything, and it just happens here. And here I need to press. Now, you think it's not a big deal, but it actually becomes a big deal, especially if you have higher action or the guitar is set up in a different way. So it could be a huge difference in how much energy. So when people are learning chords and bar chords, I remember that being like a challenge for everybody in the beginning. And you're like, it's so painful, it's hard. But actually, if you place this chord, this bar, not in the middle here, but really close to this fret, it's way, way easier. So playing complex chord and moving around the board, same as with scales. When I try to play these sounds, I'm just always, again, now I do it kind of intuitively, I place the fingers really close to the fret. If you see it, I didn't think about it, I just kind of did it. And again, maybe it doesn't happen 100% of the times, but mostly yes. Because it's easier to play there, and it's like you want to have as little resistance and to be as efficient as possible when you're making sounds. And again, when you're learning things, making the instrument, the technicality of it easier is a big deal, because everything will be easier and more fun. The next point is super crucial because we're talking about efficiency. How much energy do we actually need to play a line, an idea, a sound? So when people play ideas, lines, the question is, when does silence end and sound begin? So instead of trying to use a lot of energy and digging in really hard with, talking about the left hand, the playing, the one that's fretting the note, instead of doing a lot of action, I'm trying to understand how much energy do I need to push this piece of metal down. These strings are 13, so they're like maybe a little heavier than usual, but it's not a big deal actually. It's a pretty thin piece of metal. So, I'm gonna try and move between silence into sound. I don't know if you can hear this. Okay, can I play it softer? Softer. Okay, it's kind of soft. And the question here is not how soft can I play. The question is how much energy can I possibly use, the least amount of energy to produce this note. And actually, if I play it loud or soft, this hand doesn't need more energy. Now, it's probably obvious, but a lot of times when we play hard, we also produce a lot of tension. So it's not a bad thing in general, but you want to be aware of how much tension you're creating. And I think you can save a lot of energy and move with much more ease between chords, between shades, between sounds, and between notes. Because if you're not using a lot of power, then it's easier to hit the note and be very efficient. So Again, it's a simple thing, but it actually is very meaningful, and it will set your body to understand the exact amount of energy that is taking to produce a sound, and therefore you'll be more efficient. The next one is also very important. For me, it was hard to hit the strings correctly